this. All right, listen. Best advice for trading. One, make sure that you still have a long-term account. All right. The goal here is to make money. And if you're just constantly gambling on options, you want to make sure you're consistently making money. Have a long-term account. And just DCA. Okay. Just consistently, incrementally buy more stocks over time. All right. Or, hey, we've got portfolio managers in the Discord as well, and you can use this code and have even Joe, or in the future me, trade those assets for you as a long-term asset. That's just an option, all right? The Discord's here to teach you that stuff. If you want to learn it, you want to have control of that. I respect that. I think that is a great goal and aim to have, but it is a possibility. The other thing that you want to think about is the money that you choose to trade with, whether you're trading options or whether you want to trade stocks. Make sure that you make those funds last. You need to get at least 50 to 100 trades for whatever strategy you've developed to even know if it even works. So if you're blowing yourself up within a few trades before you've taken the time to really understand your trading strategy, then you're not giving yourself the time to learn, because this stuff is difficult. Sometimes it takes people years and years and years to come up with a good strategy. Third thing, if you're struggling in this market environment, do not think that is indicative of how good of a trader you are. This is a historically rough environment to trade in. It's very rare that equities and bonds and minerals and now crypto, which is relatively new, so there's no historical reference for that. But this is a historical moment in these markets. So this is rough for you. Understand that you're probably entering, because a lot of new traders are just entering the market now. You're entering in a very rough environment. And then 4 is learn. All right. And the best way to learn is while you're doing those 50 to 100 trades to develop a strategy or to learn your skill level. Go in the Discord, and let me go back to this. In the Discord, which I'm pulling up right here, scroll all the way to the bottom of our Discord, go to the NBT trade tracker at the bottom here, and download this spreadsheet and use this spreadsheet. That spreadsheet that you're going to find is going to be your friend. What you're going to do is you're going to take notes on your losses. Now, what I like to additionally do is color code my losses. So like my red color code is bad exit. All right. And then I see like, what am I consistently screwing up on? What are some really bad habits that I have that I repetitively keep doing? And then try to work on those. And over time, just develop that. Number 5, read the trading psychology portion of the Discord, which I named Big Brain because I think I'm funny. If you go to the Big Brain section, you're going to learn about the psychology. Your emotions are going to be your enemy when you're trying to trade. Your emotions are going to make you want to do the wrong thing. And that's why that's the most important part of having a strategy, because it helps you combat your emotions just by acting in like a computer would. Like when it hits this, I do this. When the stock does this, I do this. And then you can eliminate your emotions out of the process, because you're going to want to buy tops. You're going to, when you get the feeling that you really want to buy and the stock's really high, that's your emotions getting excited about the movement in the stock. Or when it hits the low, you're going to want to sell at the low. But this is the opposite of what you should do. And over time, you have to manage those. The other thing that can happen is if you go on a loss streak, you're going to spiral. It's just so natural to just spiral out of control and start taking tons and tons of losses, bigger trades. Revenge trading is very common, and it's going to get rough. Or when you start winning a lot, it's very easy for the ego to become inflated and you to take positions too large and then get suddenly blown up. So this isn't easy by any means. By any means, it's not easy. It's not free money. This is still work, okay? This is all still work. Lots of people like to see it as too much of like a video game. Okay, this is still work. Actually, I have respect for pro gamers and stuff. That's also work, but it takes time and effort and dedication and discipline, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of discipline to pull this off. It's like fitness. Okay? You work out every day. Actually, you don't really work out every day, but you work out consistently over time and you keep up with it. And you're going to have some slopes along the way. You're going to have some really high highs. You might have some really low lows, but if you stick with it, you build that consistency, you have a process, you can succeed. And to just be frank, it's not for everyone. But it is doable. I would say that's the big 5 on my mind right now. Go with that process. Understand option contracts. Recognize this environment is rough already. And over time, if you saturate yourself in that and just stick to those principles, you're going to learn the other stuff along the way. Like if you're using the resources in the Discord or different resources you can find on YouTube, you're asking Joe, Marlo, and I questions, or Austin's questions, who's Mr. Zero DTE. If you're asking questions, you're consistently trying to learn, you're keeping up with the macro environment over time, and just seeing enough market cycles, over time, most of this will just come to you. It'll just take time and saturation in it. So if you just stick to those big 5, and of course one of those is just a timing thing, just the time that you're in the market. If you just stick to the big 4 is what I say. The rest will come to you over time, and you'll start to pick up on it. But, even like technical analysis stuff. I know some traders who are really good, really, really good, and they don't know technical analysis. They just get a feeling. Just because they've watched the charts for so long and they've stared at the prices of the option contracts, and I've definitely developed some of that where I'm like, okay, these premiums are high, and I can just tell that just by looking at them because I look at them every single day for years and years. And that's also just having a good, just being good with numbers probably, because there is a guy called Trader Sam on Twitter who's just a savant with numbers. Maybe he's on the spectrum. That's not an insult. That's just, I don't know. There are some people like that who a little bit on the spectrum, really good with numbers, and they just do probabilities all day. New trader is someone who just does probabilities. There's literally no macro knowledge at all. The whole point of me saying all that is that you don't need to know everything. Like that's why I'm saying get those 4 big down, and if you lack macro or you lack in TA or any of these certain areas, you don't have any bond knowledge, you can still find a way to succeed as long as you just find your way, whatever path it is that you need, that you find through your strategy. The information you need in your journey will come to you as you pursue it. Yeah. If you're diligent.